everyone, welcome to another episode on Tomorrow is Now on Ben Talks. We really appreciate you for always staying with us every weekend for the new episode. So this is another episode where we are bringing another youth for us to come and discuss with us what it does and how best we can improve on what it's doing in Nigeria and how best this can work well in Africa. So let's go straight. My name is Babatola Benjamin Babatunde, as you do know, and our guest, please, what's your name and what do you do?
Okay, my name is Toluwale Kewejide. I am a social media marketer and I'm also a student of Best of Ibadan.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tolu. As a social media marketer, so can you educate us on what social media marketing is?
Social media marketing is basically using social media to promote your business. Social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, IG, Twitter, WhatsApp, and even Telegram. So how it is done is either trying to set people directly on these platforms or through influencers or through running adverts and all the like. The major aim rather is to push your business in front of people that need it.
Okay, to put your business in front of people that need it. I'm looking at, why social media marketer? And when we have people moving from one place to the other to market product and all those kind of things, has the country really developed to social media marketing?
Yes, there's significant, there's vast difference and benefits in using social media to market over traditional marketing. Like, for instance, if I want to sell or promote a power bank, I would have to walk from door to door, showing people what the power bank does and whatever benefits people can gain from it. But with the help of social media, I can sit down here, I'm talking to you, even while on this show. I can promote, I can show people what the power bank does, every feature of the power bank and why we need it through social media. All I just need to do is promote it and streamline this video to a particular. If I want people in Nigeria to see the video, then I will limit or target Nigerians with a certain, maybe just 18 to 25 years to see this video in certain location. So instead of walking, it will take me, instead of walking around the country showing people what how this product works, I've already done that within a few weeks. So that's the power of social media.
So how is the social media marketing being done?
It's being done through creating content and promoting content through ads or influencers, either micro influencers or micro or macro influencers or nano influencers, as the case may be. So all you just need to do is use ads to push it to your front. Like the power bank example I said, if you look at the demographics of people that need power banks, young people between certain age in a particular location, and we make sure that the social media platforms we are using help us to target the people that we want. Or if we rather use influencers, popular persons on social media to help sell this product. So that's how social media marketing works.
Oh, thank you so much for that. Now, on social media marketing issue, I think the issue of scams, where I will see a product on social media, then order for it, make my payment, and I won't see product. How has we developed in the country to the level of such a thing has been reduced, or how can one avoid that?
I won't say scam. Online scams or social media scams can be avoided or reduced. Rather, I would rather say it can be reduced, because all you just need to do to reduce that is do background checks on who you are buying from, or rather find a trusted vendor online that you can buy from. And you can never know. One thing is, there's no surefire way to avoid online scams, or let me use that word, to avoid online scams. But if you are watching this video and you are scared to lose money online, the advice I will give you is, whenever you are paying for value online, try to do background check on the person you are selling or buying to. Try to know who the person is, where the person is located, where the person can be easily found, if the person have a contact or an address where you can contact in case something goes wrong, or if the person has a refund policy and all that. Those are things you have to check. If someone is selling something to you and the person is looking shady, you have to check it. Or okay, let me run it through. Let me run it through like this. If you want to buy something from someone, check the person's page. The person's page must match what he or she is trying to sell to you. The person must have a record of people that have bought from him or her before.
Okay.
Then what else? The person must be able to. The person's on the person's post on social media, there must be engagement of people that have bought from them. Like I said, people that have bought from them before, and people.
Wait. This is it. I saw a link, maybe on WhatsApp, on Facebook, or Telegram, or anywhere. I clicked on it. It directed me to a personal message to the person. Okay. Maybe a WhatsApp message or a Telegram message. And you know that such messages I might not have access to the person, to the page of the person, unless there is a Facebook page the person is using, or maybe a site the person is using. You get my point? So that is when I can look for findings. Now I message the person on any social media platform privately that I want to create a particular good. We negotiated and I paid, and I found out that he has duped me, or she has duped me. So how well can one avoid such a situation?
Okay.
Don't forget that I only know the number.
Okay. Now in that case, when one thing first, don't just click on links anyhow. Okay. So in adventure, you click on link and something you want, maybe you saw a link of someone selling bags and you needed bags, or you're about to buy a bag, like that there can be a coincidence rather, and you are in the course of negotiation, ask for proof of people you sold to. Live feedback. There is something they call live video or live feedback of people that you sold to, or testimonial of people you sold to, that just to be sure that I will get value for what I'm paying. If the person cannot provide, then that's the red flag. I won't advise you to continue with that negotiation.
Even with a developing, like, what should I say, an upcoming brand.
Yes. If you are a startup or an SME or someone that's just selling something through WhatsApp or something, you should have people that have bought from you, no matter what. See, in this point, you are trying to protect. You as a buyer, you are trying to protect your interest.
Okay.
If the person cannot provide or cannot convince you that he or she is going to deliver as promised, then there's no point buying or paying for what you are about to buy. It's better to go to a known brand a new brand, an unknown brand in that case. So I would advise you to ask for live video or live feedback from people you share. If the person tells you that these are festive and your mind or your gut feels it's not right, then don't in your own interest.
As a social media marketer, what would be your advice to the upcoming business startups?
Okay, my advice for upcoming business startups, people that are planning to go into the business world, is first, know that the world is now digital. You are in the digital era. Everything, whatever business you do, even if you are a roadside food seller, there's a way you can use social media to attract people to your physical store. Look for, if you cannot do it yourself, look for experts to help you promote your business using social media. Look at Yameta that sells food at Bodija Market. She has influencers. He or she that is behind the scenes are always everywhere, every digital space, every digital market trying to promote itself. Always be on the lookout.
Well, indirectly, you just promoted our page.
I'm sorry.
Well, you can continue. We're not allowed, but I have no choice. I'm allowed that.
I'm sorry. I just made that example. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm not supposed to do that.
Well,
I don't make that example. So try the bottom line or the main idea or the main advice I'm giving is look for opportunities to push yourself in front of people. Every day, people press their phones. People are on WhatsApp. People use like WhatsApp and Facebook are like the most used social media platforms in this part of the world. So find the way, create Facebook accounts for your business. Show everything that your business does, every detail that your business do. Show it there. Let people know what you are doing, and you don't stop at it. Though it will be hard at the beginning, but you don't stop at it. And if you cannot do it, hire people that can do it for you. But make sure your business is online.
Is it only what's it called? Is it only business startups that use social media marketing? Is it only business startups that can use social media marketing?
Anybody can use social media marketing. If you want to get whatever you are doing to people, if you want people to know what you are doing, social media is the best way to do it. Social media platforms like TikTok, IG, Facebook and WhatsApp are the best places to promote yourself. Those are places that you can go viral.
Let's look at the government policies affecting several areas of human life. Is there one government policy that is not in tandem with social media marketers or social media marketing? That one can just be like, okay, let's charge some of our honorables that are out there or our senators to make a review on such a decision. You know, there was a time when Twitter was banned, so we don't know if there are other regulations like that are affecting social media marketing in Nigeria and that we can improve on.
None that I know of. I think the only regulation or whatever government policy that was during the last year, which affected a lot of people. And you know, one thing about social media marketing, it is very free. If a window closes somewhere, there's always an opportunity somewhere else. So that's why social media marketers or advise people not to stay in one place. You can't stay because your business is doing well on Facebook. You should not move to LinkedIn or WhatsApp or whatever. Look at Twitter. During the Twitter ban, people move their businesses back to either Facebook or WhatsApp or somewhere else where they know they can find their target audience. So speaking about government policies, I don't think there's any that I know of that is affecting businesses and social media marketing.
Okay, the advantage of social media marketing is just that social media is a very fluid.
Yes.
Kind of.
Yes, like space. It's a very fluid.
And it is a very spacious space.
Yes. If somewhere like if something happens somewhere here, you can always move your business to this place. And just make sure that whatever you are doing, your market or target audience is where you are going.
Okay, let's look at the strike, the ASU strike. Is there an advantage or disadvantage to you personally on social media marketing?
To be very honest, the strike has not affected me. It's more like a benefit to me because it gave me time it gave me more time to be productive. Because classes are not affecting my workshop and all that. So it's a good benefit to me.
Okay, this social media marketing, do you learn it in the forward of the classroom?
No.
How do you get to know about it?
Okay, it started in 100 in first semester, second semester. I joined a group on campus where they were looking for students who want to use their social media, who wants to learn how to leverage their social media for money. And starting out there, I never known anything about social media marketing. Even back then, they did not even teach us social media marketing. All they taught us was how to use your social media to make money. So a lot of us that we are still in touch with each other today. Like a lot, some people chose content creation, some marketing, some of us marketing, others events planning and all that. But starting out, I've always loved social media. Like prior to that, I've been on various social media platforms and forums. So I'm always looking out. If there's a new, if I got to know about a new platform now, I will join it to know what they are doing there, to see if it's something that is for me. If it's not something that is for me, I'll just kind of sit down, focus on the ones I know. So then I started out as, if you know me, then people that know me, I started out as a WhatsApp team, or yes, let me call it WhatsApp team because that was popular. Then just using it to test out. Even though I know deep down that the WhatsApp team is not something I want to do. Then from the WhatsApp team, I got to know about digital marketing, and from there I see that everyone is doing as at 2018 to 2019. Everyone is learning digital marketing, like 18 there. And like I need to find somewhere that is not common, and that's when I discovered social media marketing. I put that and I've been developing it, like started taking classes and joining the social media marketing school and all that. So,
with the system of education we run in Nigeria today, does it allow for learning social media marketing? Have you found a way of being like, okay, maybe after my first degree, I'm going back to school to learn social media marketing?
Yes.
There is a place for it.
Yes, there are schools, there are institutes. Like I said, there's social media marketing institute, there's digital marketing institute. There are colleges where they have digital marketing as a full blown course. In fact, like you rightly said, after my degree here, I'm going to get. I'm still trying to see if I should go back.
I mean in Nigeria.
In Nigeria, yes, there's social media marketing institute in Lagos. There are academies where they are teaching social media advertising. There are a lot of academies in Nigeria where you can learn social media.
So
marketing in general.
Is that an improvement or that's actually an improvement
yes,
of Nigerian education, right? But then still looking at it, how well can we grade Nigerian education to what it's obtainable outside Nigeria?
Well, let's just be frank, it's below average, below par. Like compared to what is obtainable outside the country. Even to say, I don't think it's just the system. The system is a lot of things we need to unlearn and then re-adopt. We need a system change, or we need to change our curriculum, or I don't know. We shall need a restructuring in the education system. There's a lot of things we learn in university today that don't need in the current age. Like one of the things that pushed me into learning social media marketing, my course, because I'm studying, I've been asking questions on how this course, how is it applicable in digital era, and I've not been able to get valid answer to that. And since like right from time I'm a digital person, I just have to find something that will work in line with like my ideologies and goals. So look at it, if at this age what we are learning cannot be applied very well, I think you have to go to other institute or academy to apply what we learn in the digital era. So that means you are learning nothing. I just see it as waste of time. Just actually tell new students that whatever you do, try to find or try to learn a digital skill.
But so in today's in our family, most of if you tell some parents that what I want to go and learn in school is digital marketing, or I want to go and learn what's called content writing, I want to go and learn this, I want to go and learn that, some kind of courses that they are not really familiar with. What would you advise our parents nowadays to give their children? Or let me just say it that I would like to advise our parents out today that it's high time we start developing in Nigeria to understand the fact that we need to give our children the chance to explore their knowledge and ability in the world, because we should recognize the fact that the world has grown beyond just university education or polytechnic education. There are a lot of academy outside there that are actually giving out what we need to develop as a country. Because if you look at the country's education system, it's not encouraging and it's kind of degrading than what is obtainable outside Nigeria. So I think parents especially, we should stop and we should recognize the fact that we have left the era of choosing for our children. Because if we still had asked 100% of parents, even the learned, the so-called lecturers, the so-called doctors and everybody outside there, and ask them, what do you want your children to become? They'll be like, my children must be a doctor, my children must be a lawyer, my children must be this, my children must be that. Yes, fine, all these courses are fine. My children must be an engineer. They are fine, they are beautiful. But see, let me tell you that there are better courses outside there that people are actually making real cash from them. So please, I would like to advise that our parents, let's give our children the freedom to choose. Let's give them the freedom to expand their horizon. Let's give them the freedom to explore their power, their passion in education. Because as he has said now, he said the course he's studying, he is trying to find his way in the current development over the world. But he's seeing there is no way there. Meanwhile, it doesn't mean that the validity of the course is studying. Thank God I did not ask him for the course. Please don't mention it so that it won't be as if we are ridiculing the course. So the validity of the course is studying with his passion. They are not in tandem with what he's looking for in the nearest future. Which means that he might not, if possible, he will not use the course he's studying right now. He's still saying that he will have to go to an academy to study further on his passion. So please, our parents, I don't know whoever is saying this, please, I'm begging us, let's give our children the chance to choose. Let's give them the opportunity to expand their horizon. Let's give them the chance to look at the future of the country and say that, okay, I think this is what is on now. This is where the world is moving towards. And let them be able to adapt to the change for the betterment of the society. We've left the era of my child must be a doctor, my child must be a lawyer, my child must be an engineer, my child must be this, my child must be that. The richest man in the world today is not a doctor. The richest man is not a lawyer. Come on. So we should recognize the fact that we have gone beyond that. You get? So, and it doesn't mean your children will not make a living for themselves. It doesn't mean they will not make a good impact on their society. Without being a lawyer, without being a doctor, without being an engineer, they can still affect the world. So please, that's just by the way. Anyways,
let me add to that. You know, the problem, thank God you are addressing the parents. The problem, for one thing, I don't know if I should call it a problem, because one thing I noticed about our parent generation is that back in their day, they study courses like medicine, law, engineering as a prestigious course or that will guarantee them a life. But now the world has moved from that, and they are finding it very hard to believe that you do not have to be a doctor before you can make a living.
Exactly.
Personally, I had a hard time convincing my parents that this social media marketing is something that is possible. I spent 3 years trying to convince my parents. Even up to the point where when my junior ones are trying to write JAM to get into higher institutions, they are like, to be very honest, let me just give you the brief story of myself and my siblings. They already laid out what we are going to study without even consulting us.
Wow.
I spent 3 years trying to
gain admission.
No.
You do.
Trying to fight my dad that I'm not studying. I signed an undertaking that I will not write JAM until I agree to study law. It is that hard.
Wow.
It's that bad. But as God will have it, I got my way. But at that, when I found social media marketing, I picked because I studied because I thought I had already learned a diploma course through social media. I got that course through social media. So I already learned a diploma, and like it would be nice to get an actual degree from in this course because of the prospect. But on getting here, it was more like what the other was supposed to do. So I had to find another alternative. Then when I told my parents about my newfound passion, they were like, "You don't send you to school to be learning. First finish your degree, then after your degree." I was like, "There's no point. I do not see a future in this degree." That's why I'm looking at it, and I can do both of them alongside. And like, no, they did not start supporting me. So they did not start supporting me until last year when like started their handling projects, and they are really proud of me. So the point is, what I'm trying to say is that parents should always know that it's not everyone that will be a doctor, a lawyer, or whatever. You can be a graphic designer and still live a better life for your children. Though I understand that we want your children to live better lives and cool, but there are graphic designers, there are people that do not study law or doctor or engineering, and they are better at what they have better life, they live better lives, and they have legal jobs like graphic designing, they are software developers and cool. All those jobs I mentioned do not need an actual degree before you can get there. So know that the world is evolving and evolve with the world, and with the youth too, you should also know that the world is evolving. Like what I actually say, like we need to unlearn and relearn so that we can move with the world.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Tolu. Thank you, viewers. We've learned from Mr. Tolu a lot of things, and obviously, our parents, please, we need to do a lot of things. Let's leave the decision for the children to make, please. And yeah, thank you for that. And youths, it's our duty to find our passion. It's our duty to find our responsibility. It's our duty to know what we are doing and be able to be convinced and be able to convince our parents, to make them understand why we need all those things that we are doing. By so doing, they will find joy in supporting us. They will be happy and they will be glad and they will want to support us. So don't just say that I want to do this or something and I trust our parents. They will be always considerate. Thank you so much for always staying with us. And this is where we draw the curtain for this episode. Meet us next week for another set of episodes. Thank you.